Greetings and welcome back to another live stream. We are doing the weekly news roundup a day late. If you are new to the channel, thanks for coming along on a new live stream. This weekly news roundup is usually Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time is usually the time for this one, but I had some scheduling conflicts yesterday, did a different live stream instead, and this is usually my Saturday morning, very little prep. So we are doing our weekly news roundup. It is well prepped because, I prepped this throughout the week. But today we're talking about Facebook finding out more ways to scoop up data without our consent. It's so epic. Let's see who's online today. Greetings, Nuntrix. How's it going there? Jesse Crypto. You see they are monetizing people's birthdays now on behalf of charity. Really? Okay. Didn't know that. Didn't see that. Shoot me some info on that. Hello, Keegan. Raining air for days. Told him to build an ark. He's gathering the neighbors 2 by 2. Let him. No, wait, never mind. Let's not do that. Anyway, let's see. Ricky, how's it going there? Greetings, Serge. How's it going there, Paul? Hello, Frost Ranger of the Frozen Realm. Greetings, Thomas. How are you? Keith Richardson, hello there. Can you remind me of the meaning of the acronym CJ on the channel? CJ is just the name of the cat. Doesn't actually stand for anything. Hey, man, I'm original. The other cat's named TJ. Of course, that's Tom Jr. CJ is just CJ. I should have gone with BJ. Come to think of it. Man. Missed opportunities. Then the third one was supposed to be CJ. Next one's DJ. I mean, I need another cat now. Guys, I need to get another cat named BJ. I don't know. AJ? I don't know. We'll get it figured out. Hello, the Pixoon. Greetings, France. How are you? I have a friend over there in France. Rodrigo, hello Brazil, greetings. All right, well, we are going to be talking about this Facebook stuff, but before we get in there, what we are actually going to do first is take a look at this article here from It's Foss. This features the, no, Ubuntu is not replacing apt with Snap. So this was, discussing the video that I had on Wednesday, looking at the Snap app commentary. There's some stuff here, and I'm going to respond to this. I will have a more in-depth video tomorrow on the channel. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be looking at this, and look at this. Look at this amazing video. They linked that right there. And then, of course, Alan Pope has some comments suggested in here. He says, it's nothing official. Some random community person made it. Anyone can write a blueprint. You know, my cousin's actually in marketing, used to run a newspaper and stuff like that. And he wrote, I have to edit his, I think. He wrote on this, underlying this part, Alan further elaborated that anyone can create such blueprints and tag Mark Shuttleworth or other members just because Mark's name listed wasn't the approval. And he writes, well, this statement is true. It seems like a huge bleeping flaw. We'll address this a little bit more later. All right, so take a look at this article. Definitely, of course, there is a large tweet storm. Did you call it a tweet storm? Is that what you call it when you basically had a series of tweets and clarification? Definitely read through his stuff as well. Gain that. And then this is from, I apologize, I'm going to mess up your name. Is it Abhishek Prakash? Prakash? Mr. Prakash. So he did this great article, and of course I did respond to this. So the first comment is me, second comment is his reply. So definitely go take a look at that article. And I will address this in greater detail tomorrow. So as it appears right now, Ubuntu does not have any plans to replace apt with Snap. We'll talk about what happened with this and a little bit of the background, fight, duke 'em up. All right. So we'll figure that out. So anyway, that was cool. That kind of made my day, oh, how nice. First article, and I got it all wrong now. But anyway, greetings, Lance. How's it going there? Nuntrix is back. Hello there. Okay, you guys are just Spanishing it up, or Frenching it up, I guess. That's all right. All right. What if they really did do that? All right. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But this is the weekly news roundup. We have several articles on the privacy front. Wow, a lot of articles on the privacy front. We have a few articles on the business. We have some articles on security. And then we are going to end our day in Sillyville. It is going to be a long ride. I hope that your seatbelts are fastened. And I am going to be recording these and pushing out the separate ones as we go. So let's go ahead and jump on into privacy news. Welcome back to Switch2Linux. This is the weekly news roundup. I'm recording this on Saturday instead of the usual time on Friday. That's why my backgrounds are a little bit different, because I don't think my green screen works as well during the day. Too big of a window over there with too much bright light. But we are going to be talking about the privacy news, and we are going to start out with a brief affiliate link through... Do I have my affiliate links on here? Oh, bummer. I don't have my affiliate link screens on this. First affiliate is NordVPN, tlm.li/NordVPN. If you are looking for a VPN provider, this one is outside of the Five Eyes. Their system will allow you to connect up to 6 different devices simultaneously, and they have servers in some 30,000 different places. I was going to say countries, but no, that's not right. 30,000 servers in a number of different countries. And they do take crypto and other things. If you use my affiliate link, which will be in the comments down below, then you can get, for $100, you can get 3 years access. And then there is $6.99 per month for a 1-year plan. You pay that whole year all up at front. And then month-to-month plans are $12. So if you need something just temporarily. So I'm not a huge advocate that absolutely everybody has to have a VPN. But if you are one of the use case scenarios that needs a VPN, definitely check out NordVPN. Let's jump on into the Facebook news. All right, first piece of Facebook news. I think we're starting and ending with Facebook news, I think we are. We are sandwiching the privacy news inside of Facebook. This is exciting. All right, so first, Facebook needs regulation because the Zuckmeister fails UK MPs. Ooh. All right, so there's been some controversy, and Facebook, the Zuckmeister decided he really didn't want to respond to these guys. So like, fine, we're just gonna start regulating you, yo. Basically, they're concerned about all of the data collection, all of the sharing data. Of course, Cambridge Analytica was the one that blew this floodgate wide open. Let's see, report called for. This is a report from the security officials in UK, a compulsory code for ethics of tech companies. What ethics in tech companies? I don't know. Overseen by an independent regulator. Just please pick somebody smart. All right. Pick somebody who knows about technology. That'd be good. The regulation to be given powers to launch legal action if companies breach the code. Good. Government to reform current electoral laws and rules on overseas involvement in UK elections. All right. Social media companies to be forced to take down known sources of harmful content, including proven sources for disinformation. Ooh. And tech companies operating in the UK to be taxed to help fund the work. Interesting. So this is what happens. Now, if you are unaware of kind of the way regulation works, in fact, I got to grab something real quick. This is my last Christian book, which was just published not long ago. This is called I Am Not Amused. You can get it anywhere you can buy books. And I go into this a lot of the history of the ratings, regulations, and things inside of media entertainment. And here in the States, the reason we have the rating systems, the reason we have the Motion Pictures Association of America, the MPAA, the reasons we have ratings on TV shows, on video games, things like this, is because it came to the point where the entertainment industry saw that if they did not self-regulate themselves, they were going to get regulated by the external sources. And I go into all of the details about it in that book. If you are interested in a fascinating take on some of the history, we start with kind of the Hays Code, and then we move into the MPAA, how the laws started, including the very first film ever done is what caused the controversy to begin with. And that was the famous boxing match in Carson City in like 1890. I forget the exact year now. Right after Thomas Edison came up with the very first movie camera. They recorded this boxing match. The match was done in Carson City, Nevada, because it was the only state in the union that allowed gambling. But now we have this question of, are you allowed to show that movie in places that did not allow it? And this is what launched all sorts of weird regulations. And eventually the entertainment industry said, if we regulate ourselves, the government will not regulate us. That is what happened here. Facebook failed to regulate themselves, and so the government said, y'all don't want to regulate yourself? All right, we'll come in and do it. It's going to cost you some money. It's going to be bad. It'd be much better if Facebook just cooperated with the UK and put together a system that was probably better. But of course, you know, robots don't have emotion, so the Zuckmeister, you know, didn't know. All right. So the FTC complaint accuses Facebook of revealing sensitive data in health groups. This is actually the follow-up to an article from last year. Where was that article? So this is just kind of the update to it. So there was an article a while back where there were certain Facebook groups that you had to meet certain requirements, but by joining such groups, you had to be like, you know, I'm a breast cancer survivor was the big one that caused the controversy, because then what happened is you could search these groups and figure out who was in there and determine who had breast cancer. And then that was something Facebook knew. And so they could use that to target people. And privacy advocates got up and said, hey, this is problematic that Facebook now knows and even shares this data about health conditions. There hasn't been a bigger health scandal about this since, was Atney, I think, sent out these things, like they had the wrong size mailing envelopes, and so they sent the letters out anyway. And if you tilted the envelope the right way, you could actually see it was going out to people who had AIDS, like through the mail. That's kind of problematic. But Facebook's kind of doing the same thing here. It's kind of exciting. But anyway, FTC came out now, and now they want to come out and just basically say, yeah, we have some issues here. So the complaint filed with the agency last month, released publicly today, argues that the company improperly disclosed information on members of closed groups. The issue first came to public in July when members of a group for women with a gene mutation called BRCA discovered these sensitive information like names, email addresses of members, and could be downloaded in bulk, either manually or through a Chrome extension. And so basically Facebook was facilitating the spread of otherwise protected HIPAA data. Ooh. You don't want to get in the crossfire of that, but it's Facebook. They don't really care. What do we care? What do we care, you know? Oh, boy. But if your blood pressure gets too high, don't worry. You can get this new high-tech toilet. This isn't anything like that other fancy smart toilet that Toss was talking about on his stream last month. This smart toilet here, it measures your diastolic blood pressure, systolic blood pressure, stroke volume, blood oxygenation, heart rate variability, QRS duration, corrected QT interval, and it just hopes you aren't pushing too hard because those data could all be thrown off. But as you sit down on the can, these three sensors that you have over here, I think there's actually four according to this picture. Oh, yeah. So there's EKG sensors, there's a PPG sensor, there's BCG sensors down here. So basically, and here's the inner workings of the toilet seat. We have floating hinges, we have standoffs. This thing is internet connected and it goes to the cloud. And as you sit down and do your business, it takes the data and uploads it to the cloud for you so that you don't have to, oh God, people. Oh Lordy. Can we check, please, out of the human race? I'm never, I mean, what was that quote from Diary of a Wimpy Kid? I'm not pooping until I'm in high school, man. I mean, come on. Come on. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. We don't need smart toilets that are collecting all of this stuff and sending it via a cloud to some company's database on the internet somewhere. This is not a recipe for disaster or anything. Woohoo! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. If developing heart disease scares the poo out of you. Oh, by the way, this article is so full of I mean, it's so full of second-rate puns. Oh, ouch, I'm hurting myself. If developing heart disease scares the poo out of you, this new monitor may be just the thing. So, yeah, you can sit on the smart toilet now and send all your data up. Now, here's the graph that you get. Ooh, how long do you spend? I mean, does the data get better if you're reading a good book? I know men stand for the #1 business. Does it collect more data on women, less on men? I mean, what happens if you got constipation? You're just squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. That does cause your blood pressure to go up, people. Does this thing give us real data or not? I just don't know. I just don't know, but I am not going to be sitting on anything that's measuring my vitals and sending the information via the cloud. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Oh boy, any of you guys into EA games? EA game players out there? Yeah, EA opts Origin users out of real name sharing after complaints. Oh, who would complain to this? Buried somewhere on like page 17 of the terms and conditions, if you opted into the new, there's this new game, I don't know, what is this thing? Origin? I don't know, I don't play games, I don't know what this is. But anyway, it is a new program, a new something that buried deep within the terms and conditions, you agree to share your real name on the internet with gamers. I'd rather go share my real name like on I don't know. Where else would I want to share my real? I don't know. I'd rather go downtown with a megaphone and shout this information than share this information with everyone else I'm playing a video game with anonymously online. I mean, have these people not seen what happened in Kansas? So basically you'd log into the system and the setting was turned on to share your real name option. So on the game, instead of seeing people's gamer tags, they'd see your real name instead. Now you go in and you could opt out of that, but buried within the terms and conditions, you agreed to have it turned on in the meantime. Do you read those things? I know I kind of do. This EA Origin account, if you have one of these, is potentially sharing your real information. So after a little bit of, it was a privacy advocate, I think, got caught up on this. And she was already opted in, and they figured out that this is kind of bad. And so after a little bit of controversy, AI went ahead and toggled that switch off. So it's now opt-in by choice instead of opt-out by choice. But guys, read those terms and conditions. And if you have EA Origin, make sure that you are not sharing your real name with the internet unless you're like a glutton for pain or something. I don't know. Why would you share your real name on the internet with people you're playing video games with in one-off matches? If you want to know where the Wild West of the internet is, that's where it would be, yo. Oh boy. Oh boy. Google says that the built-in microphone it never told Nest users about was never supposed to be a secret. We just forgot about it. Yeah. Let's kind of start with Nest purchased the company. So either the original company Nest had it and Google they never said it, or Google added it later and forgot to tell people. But regardless, there were secret microphones inside of the Nest devices that were never activated, and it was never supposed to be a secret. It was just conveniently left off the price point, like the spec sheets, the information and stuff, every bit of data, everything. So yeah, we believe you. We believe you. Everyone, we believe him, right? That's the face that can never lie. All right. So basically this came out and said, hey, yeah, there are actually microphones built into these things. You don't really know about them, but you know. On Tuesday, the Google spokesperson, oh boy, you know when a spokesperson for a company is lying, right? When their lips are moving. All right. It was an error. It's a big error, guys. So the microphone, the on-device microphone was never intended to be a secret and should have been listed on the tech specs, they said. This was an error on our part. The microphone has never been on and is only activated when users specifically enable the option. Okay. Also said the microphone was originally included in the Nest Guard for the possibility of adding new security features down the line, like the ability to detect broken glass or to hear conversations from across the room and send them to Google. I mean, they left that part out. Sure. Even if the Google included the microphone in its Nest Guard device for future updates, like its assistant integration, the news comes as consumers have grown increasingly wary of major tech companies and their commitment to consumer... What commitment to consumer privacy? There's no commitment to consumer privacy here. So yeah, but you know, I mean, this is your Google Home. There's places you can get away from that, like, you know, flying through the skies. Oh, but some cameras were spotted on airplane screens. Yeah. So people are worried about the Singapore Airlines entertainment system cameras. Turns out American Airlines has cameras too. So basically, a video, I think this was the account here on Twitter. This guy's sitting there watching the TV there on the airplane, and he notes this little thing at the bottom of the screen. Look at that! Oh, it's such a cute little camera. And so, of course, now that, you know, we have these cameras, it's confirmed this was Singapore Airlines. American Airlines has them now as well. Of course, another community rep says, but these were just third-party things. They were never activated, blah, blah, blah. You know, just internet-connected stuff, I guess. Okay, I am what one would call a security paranoid, says Ray, who was formerly a site reliability engineer at BuzzFeed. Yeah, by the way, we are on BuzzFeed News. My apologies for that. Don't mean to trigger you guys at BuzzFeed. I'm reading your article, and I am a white male Christian. Don't hate me too bad. I'm giving you a little publicity here. Just don't crucify me, all right? I'm good. I'm good. I'm promoting your article in a good way. Good. I'm white. That's okay. All right. So I observe tech in day-to-day life and wonder how a malicious person can use it in bad ways. When I looked at the shiny new screens in the new premium economy cabin of American Airlines, I noticed a small circle at the bottom. Upon closer inspection, it was definitely a camera. Yeah, so the airline comes out. They have never been activated, and American is not considering using them. But Feinstein says, cameras are an added standard feature on many in-flight entertainment systems used by multiple airlines. Manufacturers of those systems have included cameras for possible future uses, such as hand gestures and in-control flight entertainment. Guys, the screen is this far from your face! Do you really need to gesture it? I need something hard. I don't have anything hard up here. No, I need something hard. The screen is this far from you. You don't need to, it's actually harder to do this than it is to do this. Okay? Holy moly. Nothing like a good old fashioned discussion here. Wow. And on to our feature story. Facebook you give apps sensitive personal information, and then they just turn around and give it to Facebook. Whether or not you have a Facebook account, whether or not maybe you have a Facebook account, but you don't put it on your phone because you don't really want Facebook collecting everything that you're doing on your phone. So a variety of different apps, including an app run by the Wall Street Journal, and this article is from the Wall Street Journal, and of course they come out and say, this is a big mess. Truer words were never spoken by the Wall Street Journal. That I can confirm is not fake news. All right. And so millions of smartphone, oh boy, they're not going to let us, man, see on my phone, I can get around this. Do I have to read this article on my phone to actually read it to you guys? Really? I'm going to read it on my phone so I can get around their stupid thing there. Phone a second to load. But basically there are a variety of different apps that control, look at your body weight, look at your blood pressure, your regular lady cycles. Oh, they're not going to let me read the full thing here either. Oh well, we can't read the rest of that article. But anyway, Wall Street Journal, stupid paywalls. We'll close the article out and just kind of finalize it. And we'll leave it there. Last article. So there's a variety of apps, the apps that measure your various body weight apps, exercise applications, blood pressures. There's these menstrual cycle and pregnancy status ones. The one that Wall Street Journal owns is a real estate app. All of these apps were found by their researchers collecting a bunch of data. No statement about it. But the thing is that, once again, you read and agreed in those terms and conditions to hand that data off. You've agreed to hand that data off to that they can hand the data off to third parties without really disclosing who those parties are. Well, it turns out that those parties included Facebook, among others, but they were basically taking all the data that you agreed to give to the app, and they just turned around and handed it right to Facebook, whether or not you had a Facebook profile, but they got it with all of your name and other information. So if you had a profile, they could easily link it to you based upon other things. If you didn't, it just went into your shadow profile. So, you know, there you go. There you go. So, yeah, there's Mark Zuckerberg going, I was hoping they didn't find that one. Oh, no. This is Mark Zuckerberg. I was hoping they did not find that one. So, really, this is kind of frightening. Facebook is finding other ways now to collect your data. This is why Facebook needs to go away. It's not any longer a matter of you can choose not to use Facebook. No, if I want Facebook to not have any information about me, I have to not use Facebook. I have to block Facebook on my entire computer or whole network, which, by the way, most people don't have the ability to block Facebook entirely on their phone. Mine does because it's running Lineage, and I can customize the host file on my phone in Lineage without rooting it. And so mine is customized to block all Facebook trackers. Most people don't have that ability with their phone. All right. I have to stop using all basic apps. I have to stop visiting other websites. There is no way to get away from Facebook data. This is why the company needs to go away. It's too big. It collects too much information from too many different places. It's got its fingers in too many pots. I do not consent to them having my data, and they have it anyway. That's the problem. Let me know what you think about all these stories in the comments down below. All right, that is one section of the news that is down. We have a couple sections yet to go, guys. And so let's go ahead and see what's going on in the comments section. Greetings, all you guys that just jumped on in. This is our weekly news roundup. This is the show that is usually on Friday night. I had some scheduling conflicts last night, so we're doing it today instead. I think by adding input to that article, you showed good integrity. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, how I came to the conclusion in the article was completely full of integrity. It was the wrong conclusion. But I'm going to identify how wrong conclusions were made with real information on the internet. That's going to be the video tomorrow. Sorry for the French words. We were chatting. Yeah, no problem, man. Just try and keep it mostly in English, though. Let's see. Tried switching to Linux, but I could not find a distro that my PC wireless card worked with. Ah, yes. See, found your channel the other day. Really like it. Well, I thank you very much and welcome along. We are a family-friendly community here, so absolutely feel free to participate. Just keep your bad words to actually generally a negative. But feel free to comment as much as you want otherwise. Really, John, buy a $5 Wi-Fi USB dongle from eBay. Well, I mean, that's a possible solution. I keep one of those around. So usually what happens, now there's oh, what's the one, Linux user jumped on here. He's got a card that's not as easy to work with. Most of the cards, wireless cards that don't work well with is, they are your Broadcom. And if you just get one of these little USB guys, which cost maybe 10, 20 bucks, buy one of those, bridge the internet onto your device, and then update the drivers, get it working, then you can stop using that. That's really the best approach that I've taken, or find some other way. I'll at times also bridge the internet off my phone, or I have another USB to Ethernet adapter. That always works. So there's things like that you can do. Depending on your distro as well. So like if you have like an Ubuntu-based distro, they'll have a drivers application where you can easily do it. A lot of other distros like Debian, you need to enable the non-free drivers and then basically just update the system. It should find it. So there's things that you can do. MPAA is trash. MPAA might be trash, but it's certainly better than the government regulating the movies. I'll give you that. I'd rather that the industry self-regulate themselves. I don't have, like, I talk in depth about this in this book, which is a Christian perspective, and I'm not saying we need to censor all this non-Christian stuff. No, I don't mind the current rating systems the way they are this day and age, because it gives me a rating, it gives me reasons behind the ratings, it tells me a little bit about the about the movie or game or whatever else, so I can make an informed decision. If I'm like, I don't care if it's blood and guts and X-rated body parts are hanging out. If that's you, man, hey, welcome to democratized America, where we all have our own choices and opinions. But for me as a Christian, I want to regulate the things that I watch. I want to know, have a basic surface level, what are some of the things in the content. It allows me to see what it is and make informed decisions for me and my family. And that's why I don't mind the current rating system, which is way better than the government, which always errs on the side of censorship. And so I'd rather having a more open model with limited accessibility for young people in society. That's my personal take. I detail that in great detail on the book, though. If you want to copy, actually, I have an Amazon giveaway. Do I still have the? Yeah, there it is. I am actually giving away a couple copies of that book on Amazon. You can go over there. And if you are on Goodreads, you can find me on Goodreads as well. I will be doing a Goodreads giveaway as well. I'm thinking I'll be doing 100 ebooks giveaway on Goodreads. So if you are on Goodreads, keep an eye. You can find me over there on that channel, and I'd be glad to link up with you over there. All right, let's see. Greetings, Louie. Okay, it's where Facebook can go jump off a cliff. Yeah. Well, poo pun. Yeah. Well, hey, don't worry. The last article of the day, we can talk about all the... Never mind. We'll get there. Does a toilet seat record high scores? Ooh, that'd be a fun one to program in. Kind of like how you can make Kleenex better, right? Put little targets on them things. Oh, 85, you know. I think that was an old Carlin skit, I think. Forget water leaks. You have data leaks. That article was uploaded using the toilet. Oh, boy. But the article, poopy, though, replaced poopy. Yeah. Don't poo at the doctor's office. Yeah. So bad about real names. Just wondering. Well, it's the point about the real names is there's a lot of times, particularly if like kids have a big dominating part in the gaming market, you don't want your kids' real names out on the internet. You know, we have enough problems in our society without kids having their real names out there. Of course, this shift kind of started. It's a matter of personal choice, but it should never be an opt out. It should always be an opt in. It's just because. Safety, privacy, security. Origin is like Steam, but it's horrible. Hogs up so many resources, slows down non-Origin games. But it's the only way to play most EA games. Ew. EA is a failed company. And these people are on the wrong side of history. Yep. Internet is land to share stuff on the other way. Okay. Pizza. Thanks to the mud in there. Pizza. Walls. Ugh. Facebook. Yep. All right. Bloomberg, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal. Paywalls are the worst. Yep. Wall Street Journal should bang its head up against a wall, then lay down the street before being run over. Silent Robot, greetings. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the app's funded by insurance companies. There probably are some apps funded by the insurance companies. I like this emotional bombing. Ouroboros, greetings. At the very least, there needs to be an expiration date on collected data. Oh, I agree with that. Hey, man, a self-destruct on any database, database lines, or just feed the BS to the data collector. Yeah. Jammy Messenger. Ooh, Jammy Messenger. All right. A moral free speech alternative is minds.com. The other one guys are talking about is MeWe, I think. I gotta go we all the way through to the smart toilet. Wait, what? Gotta feed the boys. All right. See you, Keegan. Crystal Energy, greetings. I left Facebook in 2014. Took me 3 days to individually delete everything myself because I didn't trust them to delete the info when I permanently deleted it and left. There you go. Surprising to learn that apps were selling our information on Facebook despite not having a Facebook account. Why is anyone surprised? When you use a free app, the product is you. Yep. Rating systems are rigged against smaller companies, though, who are subject to far more scrutiny than Hollywood, who actually get R-rated movies released as PG. Yeah, there's definitely problems with the system. But as long as, like, I don't look at the rating as much as I look at the content. There's G-rated movies I wouldn't let my kids watch. There's R-rated movies that I wouldn't care. And it just kind of boils down to the content. And in the modern day and age, they give us reasons for the ratings. And that's really what I find is the most useful. Right. Back in my day, data collecting devices were just conspiracy theory. That's right. All right, that was my old man voice. Remove the ISO from sudo. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over to the next portion of the news, which is going to be business. And give me 1 second. I'm actually remembered that I need to reset my title. Title.ping replace bing Nike shoes no longer self-lace. That's the lead story in our business news for the day. So on to business news. Let me start recording first. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the business news section of the weekly news roundup. This show is usually performed live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday nights. This one's actually being recorded Saturday, hence the difference in backgrounds. But we're going to be talking about our business news in this section. And if you need to get a business website up, please consider SiteGround. Take a look at the link in the description down below, tlm.li/SGH for SiteGround hosting, if you are in the need for a web hosting company. This is a great company we've used with several different clients. They are one of the ones that give you free SSLs, excellent support, and very fair prices. A lot of different server options and technologies, including a really interesting, kind of different from the rest of the industry, reseller account, if that happens to be your thing as well. So definitely have a look at SiteGround hosting if you are in the need of web hosting. All right, so on to the actual business articles. Why Daimler moved its big data platform to the cloud? Because they've gone mad. I mean, we don't really need to read the article, do we? So this is, I believe, the company. Oh, I keep on rolling past my news list and my side screen there. All right, so this is the company, the German auto company. Is this BMW? I think, I forget. I knew this when I read the article. Yeah, Mercedes company. So this company, they started to look like, just like Ford. Like Ford in a recent press release looked at their stuff and said, guys, we have this massive amount of untapped data. We are collecting tons and tons and tons of customer data via our cars, via our finance offices, via all this. We need to start monetizing it. This actually came out in a board meeting for Ford Motor Company just a couple months ago. This one here, they're realizing also that the data collection and big data is a huge, huge factor in the world going forward. And so what they are wanting to do is move all of their data centers to the big cloud. Of course, they're sharing it all with Microsoft, the Azure cloud. So they are moving all of their stuff. There's one, I think it's just their automation type stuff. For the factories is staying in-house, but everything else on the data collection end is all going to the cloud. So great. All this data stuff is now going into the cloud and stored on Microsoft servers. If that doesn't just give you the willies. Whew. All right. By 2016, the size of the organization had grown to the point where more formal structure was needed to enable the company to handle its data at a global scale. At the time, buzz phrase was data lakes, and the company started building its own in order to build out its analytics capacity. So yes, they're using it for analytics. Oh, analytics. No, not analytics. Not analytics. But that's what they're doing. They're collecting all the data so they can figure out how to make you a more effective customer. What is this, like Terminator 2, right? I have detailed files of the human anatomy. I bet makes you more efficient killer. Affirmative, you know? Kind of the same kind of platform, but yeah, those Mercedes companies sending all their data collection to the cloud with Microsoft. How exciting. Oh, the next fun business news. Florida prisoners are forming together in a class action lawsuit to demand a refund on confiscated media players and files. Guys, this is why I tell you, stop using these services and buying things. This is why, for the most part, I don't put my books into like the Kindle Select program. I'm going to experiment with the Kindle Select program with, you know, like some small loss leaders is what I'm going to plan on, just to see how the effectiveness is. But for the most part, I don't recommend people buying things in a DRM protected format. Okay. And the reason why is that with the way these technologies work, if the technology goes away, all of your stuff goes away with it. So if you were to buy a copy of my ebook file from my direct website and you get the DRM free copy, that's your file. As long as you save it and have a proper backup strategy, you can push that to your own devices all you want. Now, if I catch you selling it on the internet, I'm coming after you. But you can use that perpetually on your own devices. Okay? I don't want to lock my stuff down with DRM. Now, even if you buy it from Amazon, I have it non-DRM locked where available. I think India still forces DRM. But other than that, I don't think anyone else forces it. So what happened here in these prisoners is the prisoners had a prison issued MP3 player that they had to buy with their prison money for $100. And then they had music, which they could buy the music for the players for, I think it was $2 a piece. And what they were told is that the music player and the music would be theirs for the life of their prison sentence by going through this system. But what happened is the Florida prison system changed their music vendors, which meant that all of those devices that they bought for $100 weren't actually theirs. They were licensed to them, kind of like a Kindle, right? It's licensed to them and they took it back and all the music with it. And these prisoners are saying, we paid our hard-earned prison money. I stamped a lot of license plates full of emojis, spoiler, to get my songs. And now you took them away simply because you changed the vendor. So what these guys are doing is joining together in a class action. This is America, right? The prisoners can join in a class action lawsuit against the prison. And the Florida state system is so stupid, I have to join their side. No, I don't want to agree with the prisoners. I don't want to agree with the prisoners, but I have to. I have to. So these guys, they're paying their own money. This guy spent $700 on his MP3 player with 335 songs, and they just decided to change their system, and so they've lost access to all of this. So not only does all the songs, I mean, I understand the power of music. I absolutely, there's a song, man, that can get you through the day. Everyone's got a song that can get you through the day. And man, you take these prisoners and sure, they're paying their debt to society. That's what it's all about. But they have rights. They have responsibilities. You know, they're in prison. And man, if they're working a prison job and they're making some money and they're spending their money on a song that gets them through their hard day, they should have that for the duration of their prison sentence because that's what the company had agreed to. So what they're basically saying is that you're changing this. So we either want all of that money back, or we want our devices back, or we want to be given new devices with the new company with their things. But this is forming a big class action lawsuit with 30,299 media players, 6.7 million songs, and $11.3 million worth of music, and that's what the prisoners are joining together to get. Moral of the story, guys, don't use these services that give you a DRM fake file that they can pull out from under you at any time. That's why I'm not big into streaming services. That's why, you know, if I buy something, whether it's a physical device or a digital device, if I buy it, I want to own it. Period. If I buy it, I want to own it. I want it to be mine. Absolutely. I want it to be mine. And so that's kind of what's going on in that. That's kind of exciting. So Nike sold some smart sneakers. Remember, these are self-lacing smart sneakers. Self-lacing smart sneakers. There it is. I got it. I'm going to keep calling these smart speakers. My apologies. These are smart sneakers, not smart speakers. But if you put speakers in the sneakers, we can have smart speakers. Smart speaker sneakers. There you go. Smart. Yeah. Coffee. Need more coffee. All right. So Nike has these smart sneakers that are breaking when used with an Android phone. So the idea is you get the sneakers, you put them on, and then you go, and they'll self-lace. They push an update, an over-the-air update on your shoes, and it bricked them. Man, these shoes got heavy. Oh, they just turned into bricks. Oh, wait, what? So yeah, these Nike self-lacing shoes have bricked themselves after an over-the-air update, and we wonder why I'm concerned about vehicles? It's all we need. The car driving down the road at 90 miles an hour, over-the-air update says it's important. Updates itself, car crashes, you go into a blue screen of literally death. Okay, so, but people buy these things, $350 within about a week. They weren't updated with the latest version of software, so the Android app let them up to date, and then all of a sudden it bricked the shoes. So one of them would actually get in there and be able to update, the other one were not. I think this was, let's see, this is what mine does now. Just says steady motor, doesn't even lock or unlock. Get to the part where I can hit the button on the reset, and if it turns green, I just look, yeah. So, yeah, moral of the story, guys, don't buy smart sneakers. I mean, is it really too hard? Guys, we're getting to the point in our society now. Let me go back. Oh, Twitter, are you this stupid, really? You won't let me go back? Do I have to close this? Thank you. All right. So, we are going to get to a society where the art of tying your shoelaces is going to be a lost art. This is how dumb our technology is making us, guys. Mommy, my app is broken. I can't tie my shoes. Well, I don't know how to tie your shoes either. I don't know how to tie shoes. Can we stop buying this stuff? Maybe these companies will stop producing it. I mean, really. All right. Dude, no, I don't want to see your sports updates. I want to see the headline. Thank you. All right. Woman calls for action over $4,300 internet cancellation fee. All right. So this is Spectrum Internet, which I'm guessing is probably worse than the options for internet I have out here. In fact, I had a meeting. I don't usually meet clients in my house. And so I had a client actually only lives like a mile out, but I'm in the last subdivision where internet runs. Out there, they got HughesNet, and they're like, I'm going to come to your office because we got HughesNet. I'm like, oh, I understand. So this lady, she inherited a business from her mother. So her mother dies, she inherits the business. Her mother had bought a contract, which was a 3-year contract, which was only 6 months in. But when she gets into town to take over the business, the internet literally doesn't work. So the internet simply just doesn't work. I mean, it's kicking her off all the time. This is a publishing company. She's missing publishing deadlines, all sorts of stuff like this. And so what's kind of going on there is she looked at this, and then Charter came to town. When Charter is a good option, but she gives Charter a try, and it was cheaper, and it was better. It actually worked. It did everything she did. And so she says, you know what? I'm canceling this fee, which she should be able to do. Well, I don't know, maybe. But she offers to pay $500 for cancellation fee, but they send her a bill for $4,300 to cancel internet that doesn't work. Asia Pie, are you listening to us? Are you listening, Asia Pie? Are you... Earth to Asia Pie. Earth to Asia Pie. A woman is being charged $4,300 for internet that does not work. Are you listening? Paging Asia Pie. Put down the Hershey's coffee mug and proceed to the nearest checkout. I mean, really? Really? This is insane. She should be able to demonstrate it doesn't work. It caused me to miss it. They're not failing up. She shouldn't have to pay nothing. Like, nothing. Like, you guys pay me back for 6 months of bad internet. I mean, really. So she went to the local station. My guess is once the local station gets involved and things start going up and down in a tizzy, my guess is they're probably going to get it because now the media is involved. And, you know, it got so far that now SwitchedtoLinux is talking about it. What? Kind of crazy. But anyway, that is that. What do you guys think of that one? Let me know in the comments down below. All right. Next section is security. All right. Let's see. Want Chrome Dev, dark mode. I know how. Later, pizza. Greetings, Rose. How's it going there? Oof. Sure if I can watch this at home right now. Therefore, in an area of horrible sub-kilobyte, usually internet. Oh, boy. Well, hello, Snap. Oh, snap. There's a walking banana. All right. Okay. Louie's back. Welcome back, Louie. Oops, missed it. Oh, well, watch it instead. All right. Okay. Great Christian Patriot channel. Doesn't mince his words. Yep. There you go. I'll have to go watch him. Guys, think about P-Cloud. I don't like it when clouds pee on me, but, you know. Okay. Feeling they're still the most used and most used for derivatives. I don't know. Based on the comment section on my system, I would say that, well, we have 600 dislikes to 100, 600 likes to 100 dislikes. So the dislike ratio seems to suggest that 6 out of 7 people agree that agree with my video that Ubuntu is the end of an era. So I don't know. We'll think to that. Of course, on the unedited version, which is unlisted, so if you have a link, you can get to it. That one has 125 likes to 9 dislikes. So you know, just some thoughts. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Ubuntu relevant or irrelevant? I don't know. Prisoners, in this case, are on the right side of the law. They paid for the service for life in their prison term. Yep. It's a sad day in America when I have to start siding with the prisoners. Huh. I'm going to call the spaceship. Prefer to buy music on CD. Absolutely. I buy music on CD and I rip it into my own cloud. First thing I see is something about Nike shoes. That's right. But we didn't talk about the exploding Nikes, though, because I don't follow sports. Great thing about real CDs, guys, particularly your indie guys, buying, if you know someone who actually has like an indie publisher, buying real CDs directly from them at shows or things like that is the best way to support them. One of the best ways. I think, Kyrie, you could probably expand on that a little bit more. But for sure, support your independent authors, creators, things like that. RT, foot bricked, yeah. Tom are not English good now. No. Blue screen of literal death. Love the sheep. I do that noise often in public. And don't let on I did it. Around children saying, there's sheep in the shop. Lots of sheeple. Yep. Sheeple. Sheeple. Man, these shoes are heavy. And I prefer to use a USB FD to install my distro. A good old school use a CD DVD. Yep. Did he reboot your shoes? No, I reshoed my shoes. Don't you need a cobbler to reboot your shoes? I don't know. Currently I have CDs and no CD player. My CD player died. No. We don't need Wi-Fi and everything. It's ridiculous. No, we don't. All right, what's better, Wi-Fi in shoes or Wi-Fi in toilets? I mean, you tell me. Death of Facebook as the next upcoming generation is long enough. Well, that's why they keep on buying up the latest things that kids do. Prisoners should get their money back. Yep. Or a comparable device with the same songs from the new provider. You know, Florida decided to change the companies around. No need for me to wear smart sneakers. There are possibility of those smart sneakers literally tracking my movement. Yep. Use DuckDuckGo. Anything but Google. Bad enough we use YouTube. Yeah, I use Start Page. I've used DuckDuckGo a little bit. DuckDuckGo results are crap, unfortunately. It depends on what you're looking for. I did the same search term on Start Page, Google, and DuckDuckGo. I got 3 completely different sources, and between the 3 of them, I got what I needed. They really needed smart condoms that will unroll. Well, they got things close to it. We'll leave it at that. This is a family-friendly channel. Would rather have half-decent results than have Google know my every move. Yeah. Could only imagine the security of them shoes that they could brick because of an update. Would be fun to see if you could pen test one of them. Yeah. Suspecting some of those dislikes were initiated by bots. Possibly. There's the vast majority of people that watch my video agree that they left Ubuntu because of the Snap invasion. A whole lot of them. There's a good number of people that like the Snap invasion and will stick with it for sure. Absolutely. And I get that. I mean, Snap solves some legitimate problems. I just think it's kind of the bad way around. Thoughts on snaps, etc. from the view of a new user. Oh boy, Michael. Go watch that video. You've probably seen, you might have seen it, or you might have seen some commentary on it. It's called Ubuntu, The End of an Era. I have actually linked a long, extensive story that I did on snaps to that video. It's in the comments of that video. Overall, I am not a fan of snaps. Mostly, the problem is they shifted how code is audited because now and even in some of the rebuttal, there's some error that the reason they stopped auditing all the code is because you don't get just the application. Now you get the application and its own prepackaged dependencies, and you have to audit all of that. Versus the old way of doing code, you only had to audit the code because the dependencies were already audited elsewhere. And so you have a case where what they're doing, particularly with snaps, is they've said, hey, we can't audit all this code, so we shift from trusting the software to trusting the vendor. And then who are the companies at the top of their vendor page? Mozilla, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Spotify. The only one of those I come close to trusting is Mozilla. If you've watched my channel long enough, you've seen my videos saying, can we trust Mozilla? Yeah, I want to trust Facebook. Yeah, I trust that vendor, all right. Microsoft, they got my full trust and support. Amazon, I mean, Amazon is the king of antitrust. Of course I'm not going to trust Amazon. I only sell my books there because I have to. Check out my Amazon affiliate link. It'll be in the description down below. I mean, really. I'm not a fan of snaps, but I actually covered that in extensive detail on a few other videos that are linked on that big Ubuntu video going around right now. Snap system, I don't know. I'd have to learn how to use snaps. Way better to learn how to use them properly. Use properly the native package manager of your distribution. And I agree. That's absolutely. Learn how to use your distribution's package manager. That's way better. On a topic question, do you know if cPanel supports a dynamic DNS? Honestly, I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. A dynamic DNS. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, cPanel responds to the DNS you give it. And so Things like Cloudflare would be a dynamic DNS. Yes, it does support those types of things. So yes, I'd stop and think about that for a second. What? Yeah, yes, it does. Okay, tough socks are made from material that's stronger than steel, could replace foot gear. One of the companies is called Swiss Barefoot Company. SoundCloud on here if you guys want to subscribe and listen. Kyrie Holmes, go ahead and drop a link to your channel if you can. It's a pity that Linux cannot be installed in the current version of MacBook Pro. You actually can. You have to look this up. I don't remember how to do it. But you have to go into your settings and enable the ability to boot off of a USB. And then I think there might be one other setting. You should be able to do that, though. All right, we have a couple of security-related news items. Let's jump on over to security. All right. Your ads are too big, Guardian. All right. So Australia's major political parties are targeted by a sophisticated state actor, Prime Minister says. Oh boy, not another one. So, after all of this privacy stuff, we're going to force you to break encryption. They were hacked. When will they ever learn? So, apparently, they've got, you know, how can you tell an election's coming up when your state prime minister's office gets hacked? Oh, wait, no, never mind. They're always hacked. But anyway, the major political parties have been targeted by a sophisticated state actor that's trying to... It's the Illuminati, guys. It's the Illuminati. They're just trying to put the right people in so they can formulate the whole one world government. Blah, 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 blah. Come on. Come on. All right. So, to be ready to provide the political party or elaborate body of Australia immediate support, including making the technical experts available. Woohoo. All right. So, yeah, these guys were hacked. Kind of the same thing as the DNC hack. You know, weird political misinformation, disinformation, I don't know. And so, kind of frightening. All right, not much we can do about that. All right, new wave of the Seeper info stealer is infecting organizations through living off the land attack methods. I have no idea what this article was about. Man, this one must have hit my newsfeed on Monday. Lots happened between now and Monday. Let's dig in together. Recently, we came across news of the activity of the infamously credential stealer CPAR, which are product prevented with customers' environments. Previous attacks on earlier variants of CPAR date back to November 17. I'm trying to remember. Oh, wait, hold on. This one was the... Oh, I remember this one. Yeah. Okay. This one is most critical if you're running a Windows environment. This is actually a resurgence of an old hack. So you'll get these, and I haven't seen them for a while, but you'll get these in your inbox where someone's like, hey, here's your invoice, check it out, you know? And it'll have like the icon of a PDF, and then you'll look at the thing and it's like invoice.pdf. Well, really the file they're sending you is invoice.pdf.exe, but modern Windows, lacking the wisdom of Solomon, decided to hide the extensions of known file types by default. So a lot of people are basically aware of extensions and understand what is a PDF, what is a doc file, all these. So what the hackers are doing is they're sending the files, which is, you know, invoice.pdf.exe, but the system extension hides .exe because Microsoft is stupid. And so you see this file, it says invoice.pdf. You're like, oh, so you open it. Whoops. So by living off the land, what they mean is that it executes a series of commands in such a way to utilize legitimate programs on your computer to hide its activity from antivirus. These generally spread through email, and they utilize pre-existing applications on your computer, mostly your Adobe applications, but also your also other VB scripts. So basic things that you may have on your computer. Good reason to not use those products on your computer. Good reason to not use Windows. And if you are on Windows, definitely go in and unhide the extension, because if it lands in your inbox and it says invoice.pdf.exe, you'll spot that a lot easier than just seeing invoice.pdf. So go, and on Windows, you need to go into your folder properties in your settings. It should be Control Panel, folder properties. It's the second tab about halfway down under the bulleted list, and it says hide extensions for known file types. You want to either check or uncheck that box, whatever it says, make it so that it shows the extensions. All right, that's what you do on a Windows device. And if that has changed since I haven't run Windows in a while, please let me know. But last time I jumped into Windows 10, it was still in that same spot. So definitely do that. Be aware of opening any attachment that is an email. Only open it if you confirm that the sender was going to send it and you are expecting it, and follow up with them if you have any doubt. So resurgence of an old hack. Back to Facebook and Microsoft. Microsoft Edge let Facebook run flash code behind users' back. It turned out that Google discovered this and released it publicly, and there were 58 different companies that were whitelisted to run Flash on Edge. MSN Portal, music streaming service Deezer, Yahoo, the Chinese social network QQ, just to name a few of the list. Now, I think, where's my tinfoil hat? I think I need to put my tinfoil hat on here. I think a lot of the cases, this is the case is not so that you could play your Flash games easier, but the only reason I think that Flash is not entirely dead right now is because it stores super cookies or zombie cookies. So this will enable you to store more cookies outside the browser that will reattach themselves to the browser when you rehook Adobe back up, or Flash backup to the system. And even if you've cleared your cookies out of the browser, it will reinstall those cookies from the Flash browser cache, which is stored in a different place. The only way to get rid of that Flash browser cache is A, don't ever use it, or B, on Windows, you want to run something like CCleaner. Linux, it would be BleachBit. Linux would be BleachBit, but this is an Edge-specific thing, so you'd be running this on Windows. So if you're running Windows, you want to run CCleaner and keep those Flash cookies cleared. Don't let them run. I think that this was more about data collection than it was about anything else, so that these sites would perpetually turn on Flash and store the data and keep it on in the background as you would go around the internet. That's kind of my conspiracy theory behind it. Very little evidence to back that up. They of course would just say, oh, it helps support the site better, and we've whitelisted them. But if you look into the concept of zombie cookies, data trackers, the fact that these sites are all heavily invested in cookies, that's kind of my theory, and I'm sticking to it for now. And the last security news, if you are running a Drupal site, there is a major high critical vulnerability just released a couple days ago. Make sure you patch for this. Details are here in the post. If you're running Drupal 7 still, there's no core update needed, but there are several contributor modules you will need to update. If you are running 8.6x, upgrade to 8.6.10. If you are running 8.5x, upgrade to 8.5.11. And install security updates for any contributed projects. This will allow this. Oh, this is so silly. Drupal, after 20 years, it has to do with not filtering PHP input on forms. In other words, an injection hack. So they finally patched it in those versions. Why did it take 20 years? Which is particularly baffling because of the three major CMSs, Drupal actually has the most security per user site, with I think Joomla being second and WordPress being third. It might be WordPress second, Joomla third. Overall, security guys generally like Joomla better, I think. It's kind of some of the background. So that's our security news for the day. Stick tight. We have one more news article today, and that is we are going to take a trip to Sillyville. We will get to that in a moment, but let's see where we are caught up on our things. Oh, stop auto-playing stuff. Hold on. I'm going to have to stop an autoplay of something. Stop. Can I kill it? Oh, I can't kill it. It's just going to sit there and play in the background. I'm going to click this tab, go to image. Maybe that'll kill the video. I don't know. Pity links cannot be installed on the current version of MacBook Pro. Yeah, you can. All right. I like quack, 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 go, quack, quack, go. The best. Their text results are excellent, and for everything else, they're bang feature will get you there. Adding SP takes you to start page results. Okay. T12 chip is going to stop any. I think that was the T2 chip, but okay. I make music on Linux without going over the Windows. Very good. Thought Cloudflare not using host name servers. Well, the cPanel responds to the name servers pointing to it. So what a dynamic DNS is going to do is the dynamic DNS changes it repoints the server to where it needs to go. It should work. You're going to want to look it up. Bet the shoes were running Arch. Nah. It was Windows, man. No offense, but the voting on Switched is a microcosm, and 6 out of 7 ratio is misleading. No, I completely disagree with you, Asnix. If you didn't catch the beginning of the show, this video is posted to an It's Foss article. There's a lot of new people watching that video. This doesn't have just a couple views on it. This video has 18,000 views as of right now, and it's been viewed by a lot of different people. No, it's not a microcosm. They improve snaps a lot. They might avoid PPAs. Okay. 2016 was the last year and not have it installed. Windows rig is naked. If I want to go to unfamiliar sites, I would just go to Linux. Yeah. Who uses Microsoft Edge? Hey, man, all 3 of them had Flash turned on. Come on. Just installed Flash Player so my mom can play a Flash game the other night. Oh, boy. Adobe lists December 2020 as the Flash end of life. Yes. Conspiracy analyst. That's right. Okay. Context. Talking about most distros have software centers that are plenty simple for new users, but when something isn't there, standalone packages like snaps are a simple solution. Yeah, and that's fine if it's an alternative standalone, but it's so deeply integrated in Ubuntu now that that's kind of what my problem is. Don't forget the work Mint did to make the base great too. Yep. Block Origin used Element Zapper and zapped the autoplay video out of existence. Yeah. Then a better way would have to learn the item somewhere in the menu to create a jail and run an app image on it. Well, as long as you're not stealing people's music players out of that jail, then you're all good. Tried Ubuntu, could completely turn off updates. Could or couldn't. You should be able to completely uninstall the updates. It should just be go into the I think software sources portion. I'm on Mint, which this is a different updater than that. There should be a portion in the software updater that you can set how frequently it checks. You should be able to check that to none. Last I knew, but again, I haven't run Ubuntu since 16. Alan Pope has deconfirmed the blueprint about snap replacing apt. I'm going to be addressing that in a video tomorrow. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Sillyville. Who out there is from Down Under? I think Down Under might be asleep right now, but if you're down there from Down Under, Queensland drivers set to get emoji number plates. Woohoo! The millennials have taken over. Oh, God. All right. So, Smile01. Oh, that's the article says. It's official. The millennials have taken over. There's one thing that's come to define the smartphone wielding, social media loving youth of today. It's the emoji. Woohoo! And soon you're going to start to see little characters in an unlikely new place. The vehicle license plate numbers. You know, the only thing that would make this more exciting is if they take these and connect these to the ever-changing smart ones. And so you can change your emoji on the fly, like from the dashboard. Or, hey, we're all in the smart technology. Hey, Bumblebee, change the emoji on the license plate to an angry face. That guy's getting too close. You know, you're getting too close to somebody, all of a sudden the emoji goes from happy smiley to angry face. And then, you know, the guy's like, whoa, I got to back up. This dude's getting angry, man. And then, of course, you put on your 4 ways. You're like, Bumblebee, change my license plate to 4 poo emojis in a row. I got to go number 2. And so you put on your 4 ways. You got four pooey emojis, and you're zooming on down the road at too high of a speed because you're just telling anybody, out of my way, I got to go. All right. I mean, there are some fun applications with this as long as I can change my emojis on the fly. I mean, we got to have fun with this, man. If we're going to put silly emojis on our license plates, we got to do it right. We got to do it right. All right. Welcome to Sillyville, guys. Welcome to Sillyville. Let me know what you guys think. Are any of you guys down there from down under? And I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Quite some time now, you can support your favorite team on a license plate with a symbol on your number plate. But now using an emoji is no different. Yeah, it is. It simplifies the... Oh, God. The emojis have taken over. The emojis are back. The emojis are back. I agree with the direction on Ubuntu's going. Yeah, and I find that if you read the comment section, the vast majority of people absolutely agree that Ubuntu is going in the wrong direction. There's some that don't, and that's fine. I mean, hey, you're never going to get, if you get 100% consensus on anything, we got issues, man. I'm finding, though, the overwhelming majority of the people in the comments are like, I loved Ubuntu. I started on Ubuntu. I left when they started going Snap. I had nothing to do with that. All right? I'm just reporting what I'm seeing over here. It's different. Ubuntu only has a remind option. Oh, really? Did they change that? Well, I wish I knew that when I did the video the other day. I squeezed a little more out of it. All right. To be fair, millennials are taking over in the wrong areas. We kind of need to take over politics these days more than anything. Maybe then, no offense to politicians or governments. Yeah. When do you continue the calculate journey? I continue the calculate journey when I am done with the audiobooks for this book. The audiobooks are about halfway done. Ooh, that was loud. The audiobooks are about halfway done. It is taking a ton of extra time to get those produced. As soon as those are done production, then I will be taking the time to put calculate. So it's on there. I got the distros for it, and I will put it on there. I need to finish the audiobook first. That's kind of highest priority. I won't be making as many stupid decisions as they've seen these days with the internet regulations. Yeah. 18,000 is a microcosm in globally thinking, but it's not a microcosm to the Switch to Linux channel. I completely disagree with you. You're entitled to your opinion, but I completely disagree with it. It stopped. Okay, here's why. It stopped being a microcosm when it's fostered an article linking to my video. And a lot of the views seem to be coming from that source. Let me actually check where are the views coming from on that source. Oh, and it grew another 1,000 views since we've been here. Okay. We'll get there. Okay. Okay, so 75% of the viewers coming to the video is browse featured. About 10% is coming from... Oh, actually, let me look at total watch time. 69% is coming from browse feature, 14% from suggested videos, 4% from the channel, 3.8% is the external, and let me see if I can narrow in on the external. Oh, apparently there's a big Reddit post with it as well, so which I was completely unaware of. Tube, Google search, Linux questions, Google, Peppermint OS. That might, let's see, Peppermint OS, Facebook Hangouts. Actually, it's FOSS isn't even on the list of top 20s. Reddit is actually where most external view sources are coming from. I'll have to go check out that Reddit post. Fun. Somebody find me that Reddit post. All right. Way an officer will know that you're speeding is because you have to go to the bathroom and won't bother you. Yeah. See the license plate of that person that hit you? Yes, it was S5. Either this or this or this or this. Oh. Actually sounds like a great idea. Yeah. Fair enough, Steve. And when we get our AI-driven cars, we get the Hollywood style of switching between friendly blue AI or to the red hostile. Well, I said in a way. Just got here. What videos are we talking about? Oh man, Jay, we are just kind of coming up to the end here. In fact, is there a kitty nearby? I don't know if I don't see a kitty nearby. All right, so we got to the end. We had privacy, we had security, we had business, we had Sillyville. We were talking about a variety of different things. I'm going to do a shorter breakdown of these videos. I will work on the privacy one first. I'll put the business one up. Maybe I'll do the business. I'll throw the business one up tomorrow evening, and I'll do the Ubuntu, talking about the Ubuntu updates on tomorrow afternoon. Maybe it isn't such a good idea unless they have another way of identifying cars. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, your Bluetooth trackers in the cars, they can identify them already. All right, well, if you like this amazing sweater, this one is the RMRF No Preserve Root Contributor Code of Conduct. You can pick one of these up at shop.switchedtolinux.com. You can pick one up over there. I do have some support pages at Patreon, patreon.com/TomM, and my personal supportal page is thinklifemedia.com. That supports all of my channels. I have this channel, I have a Christian channel, and I do a cooking channel, which I haven't done a video for a while, and I might be putting that on the back burner, so to say, because I'm working on another channel for writing tips and mechanics, and so I'm working on some of that other stuff there as well. But if you want to support the content that I'm doing, Patreon or thinklifemedia.com as well, and you can take a look at the channels for more details on those. Let me see if I can get a kitty here. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. All right, Ubuntu, end of an era, yes. Second thought, maybe it isn't such a good idea unless they have another way. Okay. God, we still have Debian and its many branches. Yep. Well, you'll see a kitty get fed if he shows up. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have a kitty showing up. That stream man, see you later, by the way. Popped on my suggested videos the other day. Been looking for programming stuff. Very cool. I'm not a well-trained programmer. I have really high aptitude for it, and I really, in retrospect, I wish I would have gone through programming. Now I'm just too busy to take the time to learn it. Programming, though, is pretty good. I don't do any videos on that just because I'm not good enough to. Smash the like button, support everyone here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Louie. You're not taking this personally. I'm not taking it personally. No, I'm not. I am explaining that you're wrong. Completely wrong. With facts and evidence, by going to the fact that the external links page is much higher, because your premise was it's a microcosm. No, it ceases to be a microcosm when people are landing here on channels that I have nothing to do with. that's when it ceases to become a microcosm. 90% of Google searches on Linux are Ubuntu related. That's over 70% higher than anyone else. That doesn't mean that that is the most relevant system. That's what I'm saying. All right, we are going to go ahead and wrap this up. So thanks for coming along, guys, to another Switch to Linux. And keep an eye on the channel later on for the short version of the 2 major news sections. I don't do the security ones because those have a really short lifespan. But the privacy and the business news, people like to watch those for ways out. So thanks for coming along, and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.